That 100% could have killed my injectors. 100%. All right, so doing good. How are you? Thank you. No, I just take it to shows. Yeah, I just built it to ride on a trailer and go to shows. Yeah, I built it in the driveway. Thank you. Yeah, I've turned down quite a few. I wasn't even finished with it and I had someone come offer me $13,500 cash and it didn't even have axles underneath it and I turned it down. I've owned it for almost 10 years now. I won't be getting rid of it anytime soon. Thank you. All right. All right, you have a good one. All right, after a little distraction, we are doing something today that has been neglected on the 7.3, which is this fuel filter. But I've been having some no start issues in the cold. So anytime it's below like 50 degrees, this truck will not start. And my relay is working, so I assume my glow plugs are working, which makes me think my fuel bolt heater is not working. I mean, it's never been replaced, so very well could be. It's 23 years old. Now this one is meant for a 99 to 03 model, but from what I've read online, the 99 to 03 will bolt up on the early 99s. And then we've got our fuel filter right here. Hopefully this all works. So we've already got our hood popped. We're gonna pop our hood, unscrew our fuel filter cap. I've been running this truck for almost 5,000 miles now since I bought it, and I haven't done this. And I changed the oil as soon as I bought it. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna do that. And it kept getting put on the back burner. So today we're gonna be doing that. So let's go ahead and pop our hood. All right, now with our hood pop, we want to take off our inspection cover right here. I believe it's two 14 or 15 millimeter bolts. Let's go ahead and pop that off. All right, so it is two 13 millimeter bolts. Move this off to the side. And this right here is your fuel bowl. So you'll need a 1/2 inch ratchet or extension or whatever to break that free. But first we want to go ahead and drain it. So you want to put some type of oil drain pan down on the bottom left side of the truck. Now that we've got the drain pan over there, there is a lever on this back side that you just want to flip open. Now that's draining, let's get our ratchet and pop it open. Well, I would definitely say this is long overdue. Make sure we get our old O-ring out. And yeah, my fuel heater element is completely trashed. I'll show you guys that just in a second. Okay, so first thing we're going to look at is this heating element down in here. As you can see, there's these solder points on 3 corners and it's completely broken off. So this is no good anymore, which is like I figured. This truck has not been starting in the cold at all, and I can hear this audibly click on and off. So I know that this is working. I mean, normally the sound isn't a guarantee that it's working, but I'm just assuming that it's working, and my ICP is still working. I think it has a small leak, but I unplugged it and my idle went up, so that verified that it was still working. So we're gonna go ahead, remove these Torx bit screws, and we're also doing the plunger delete while we're in here, just because there's no need for it. From everything I've read, it's no power gain, doesn't really change anything. It's just to make sure that plunger doesn't fall down on the motor. So we're gonna go ahead and delete that, but first we gotta remove those Torx bit screws. Let's try T20. There we go. Okay, now just grab this black center section, break it free. And down in there, there is this wiring harness right here that is still connected. So just see if you can pop it off. This wiring harness right here, just take your flathead screwdriver and pop it off like that. You can grab this by the black plunger and just pull it out. And as you can tell, this thing has seen a lot better days. Set it off to the side. And now this mechanism right here was designed to not allow you to run the truck without a fuel filter. So here's the fuel bowl spring. And then in this fitting right here, this is what goes through the center of the fuel filter, like so. This is what the fuel heater was on. This is designed that when it compresses, it opens up this right here, and that's what the spring is used for. So we just pulled this out. There's no need for it. This is what we'll be having, just a straight through shot. I'll be in the center of the fuel filter. There'll be no way for anything to get around it. But this is what is sitting in the bottom of my fuel filter housing. Bring you up here and show you. It is all caked up in there. So I'm gonna take a couple minutes and I'm gonna clean all that out and make sure none of that is still sitting in the bottom of that fuel bowl, because that's disgusting. We don't want that going through our injectors, because that'll be detrimental right there. So I'm gonna take a couple minutes, put you guys down, clean all that out, and I'll pick you guys up after. That 100% could have killed my injectors. 100%. These are clumps. I mean, like actual clumps. Oh, like that's a ball of dirt. It was all just buried up in the bottom. I took this rag and tried to scrape the bottom, used all these Q-tips. It's 100 times better than what it was. There's still some crap in there, but that's what the fuel filter is meant for. So now let's go ahead and get our new fuel filter all ready to go. So we still need this cap. So this has to separate from it. I know it's supposed to separate, but it's not going to. Yeah, that snaps down into place like so. And then there's an O-ring that goes around this, I believe, which is this O-ring right here. My understanding, it goes around like that, slides down into place. This thing doesn't want to separate. Ah, come on, there's got to be a trick to this. This isn't some Chinese filter either. I bought Motorcraft. I was not cheaping out on this. It's not looking like it unscrews from it. It literally just looks like it's snapped into place. I'll get this thing out if I have to cut it in half. It's looking like the route I need to go. This trash can's gonna smell like diesel for the next year. All right, maybe I should just look it up. That might be the smart option.
Filter bowl right here, Ford kit. You get in the factory that will pack around. Make sure.
Okay, so apparently I got something funky going on because everyone else is just separating from it. Well, I'll pick you guys up if I get it separated. All right, so after some research online, I found out that this fuel filter is actually made into the cap. But, you know, I'm supposed to leave here in about 2 hours to drive down to Florida. I'm helping my dad again this weekend, building a pole barn. So my wife's at work. This is my only road legal vehicle. And I already have the whole fuel filter assembly disabled. Just cleaned a bunch of gunk up in the bottom of the fuel bowl. I was not about to throw that filter back in there and let shit go through my injectors. I looked up the local parts stores to see if anyone just had a fuel filter cap, but just like everything else when it comes to diesel parts for these 7.3s, no one keeps anything in stock. So I got to looking, I figured out what was holding the fuel filter cap in there, or the fuel filter in the cap. And I got out my angle grinder, got out some dites, needle nose, scissors, flathead screwdriver, even tried this little saw right here. And as you can see, the aftermath of the fuel filter itself. So I had to cut a line right through here to open up the side. I finally got this broke free, started peeling out pieces of the fuel filter, and there's this little ring right here that this plastic snaps around the inside, that lip right there. It snaps around that lip. That's what holds it into place. So I just took my needle nose and I started snapping the lip off that. Once I got everything opened up, pulled it right off. New fuel filter sits on it good. So I'm gonna go ahead, clean this thing up, make sure there's no plastic or anything in there. I'm ready to throw it back in the truck. Don't ever let anything stop you. I mean, I could have just been, all right, screw it, I'll order one online. Guess I'm not going anywhere this weekend, it's whatever. I'm still gonna order a billet aluminum cap anyways and just replace it. I'm gonna powder coat it with everything else in there. But this will work just fine, just for now, because you see this little pointy spot right here? It actually slides right in that hole right there. Everything actually lines up almost perfectly, so I don't have to worry about that sealing or anything like that. We'll put our new gaskets and everything on. We'll be squared right away. All right, so now we're going to get our new fuel filter assembled. This gasket's a whole lot bigger than the old one. All right, for whatever reason, it doesn't fit properly, so I'm gonna reuse this old one. It's like a lot bigger. It's not just a little bit bigger, it's a lot bigger than the old one. We want to get our new fuel bowl heater installed. All right, so I just got some oil on my finger. We're going to lube up these O-rings on this fuel filter. Never want to go on dry, ever, on anything. Ain't that a life lesson? Never go on dry. Go ahead and flip this over. Now you just want to get this. Gotta love when you're almost done and the camera dies. But get this good and snug. Everything just wants to fall. It's not O-rings, so shouldn't have to worry about anything. Make sure you close your fuel bowl. Now let's prime this a couple times. See if she'll fire up. Okay, so in order to prime it, you want to cycle your key 5 times. So we'll just turn it forward, let it pump and fill that fuel filter housing up. I can hear it running. So you're gonna let it run for about a minute. It'll run for a minute and then it'll shut off. Okay, turn it back, do it again, and again, and again. This is our last time. Smoking a little bit. Now we just want to check for any leaks. Clean up my mess that I've made, but we got the fuel bowl heater changed, we got the fuel filter changed. So as you saw, truck started. I think I'm gonna need new batteries soon, but I've been starting the truck in the driveway. It's been having a hard time starting, but I haven't actually driven it in close to a week. So batteries might be low, or they could be needing replaced soon. They're 3 years old, so I would hope I'd get another like year out of them, but I think they might be on their way out. So clean up my mess, let's get after it. All right, let's take this thing for a spin around the block, make sure we're all good. It's already stopped smoking. I'm very happy that I did this. My truck's at 219,000 miles, so I'm gonna mark that down. It's at 219, 280. I bought the truck at 214 and 8 something. I changed the oil about 500 miles after I bought it. It was at like 215 something. And I wanted to change the fuel filter really close after that, but it just got pushed off. And since then, this truck's been to Alabama, this truck's been to North Georgia, this truck's been to Florida multiple times. I put 4,000, almost 5,000 miles on this truck since I bought it. We're at 4,500 right now since I bought it. So I should have done this sooner, but I'm glad I did it when I did. I was able to see all the sediment sitting in the bottom of that fuel bowl. I'm happy that we got that cleaned out. I will be ordering a new fuel filter cap. I'm gonna order a billet aluminum, like I said, so I had to powder coat it. But we're not leaking. We've got the new fuel filter in there. It was nice and snug in there, so everything should fit just right. We're not smoking. Truck's still running good. That's a good sign. Now I am going to stop on my way down to Florida and get some injector cleaner, some Hot Shot Secrets, just to kind of help them out. If any of that trash did go through the injectors, it'll clean it up some. I'm right below a quarter of a tank now, so I would need a fill up anyway, so it'd be a good time to fill up and fill it up with some cleaner. Oh yeah, she's still good. She's still good. So, like I said, got all my stuff cleaned up. I'll bring you guys along for the rest of the ride. Put in our cleaner so you guys can see what I use, and as well as fill up. And I think that'll be all for this video. I've got some headlight bulbs from Moxito that I might throw in this video as well, just to make this a little bit more entertaining, so stick around. All right, so we're getting our gas right now, and I got lucky somehow and found the cheapest gas station. It's $3.69 a gallon here. Everywhere else it's like $3.78 and up. So let's go ahead and start pumping before that changes. All right, so this is what I got. I haven't used this before actually, but I've heard good things. I used the Hot Shots Diesel Extreme last time, and this is supposed to be an everyday treatment. And I was kind of treating the Diesel Extreme as that. I was putting it in like every other fill up, and it's supposed to be like every 6 fill ups. This is something you can do every single fill up, as it treats up to 400 gallons of fuel. So we'll go ahead and throw some of this in this tank. It's supposed to be 1 fluid ounce per 25 gallons, or for a performance dose, 2 ounces per 25 gallons. So I'm gonna do 2 ounces just as fuck it, why not? But wait for this to finish pumping and we'll throw some of this in. I don't know how I got so lucky that I found this for $3.69 a gallon everywhere else. I mean, everywhere. The cheapest place besides this was $3.77, and that's an 8-cent difference. So, really lucky. Use the Gas Buddy app. It saves you money. Other people talk about Get Upside, the Get Upside app. I find that app a joke, because if you look for the cheapest gas in the area, normally the Get Upside places are like 8 cents more a gallon to go there, but you only get like a 5-cent rebate on it. So you're getting money back, yes, but you're still paying more in the long run. Why not just go somewhere cheaper and you're saving money without seeing? Big brain. You guys ever cry inside as you watch the price go up while you're filling up? It's $67 right now. Now we're at $80. Ouch. Thank you. $83.75. Making it even 84. Okay, so I'll try and set you guys up where you might be able to see. So we've got our Hot Shot Secrets, and open this up. Alright, so we've got our first fluid ounce right here. Let's go ahead and dump this in. Okay, and you just squeeze it. 1/2 ounce. And there's another full fluid down. Pull the lid back on. Now, I did have the diesel extreme spill in my back seat with the cap on, and I was never able to get the smell out even after washing my seat covers. So this is going in the back of the truck. All right, so unfortunately it's 2 days later. Never got around to filming putting my headlights in. Mainly because I got down to Florida. Brandon and I got to screwing around trying to fix the bent wrench hand, and we ended up denting my bumper. It's not bad. I'm gonna try and get it out. But then it got dark and I was loading up a trailer full of steel and everything for the pole barn, and just never felt like messing with the camera, messing with the headlights. I've got the headlights in the back seat. I don't know if you can see them, but just maybe we'll throw them in another video or make a video just about putting them in. Kind of feel like headlight videos by themselves don't get the best of views just because it's headlights. But I'll throw them in an upcoming video or something like that. But I just remembered I never filmed an outro and my voice is shot for whatever reason. I haven't felt good since yesterday, but it's been a good 10-11 hours in the sun all day carrying steel, so don't feel the best the day after. That's why I'm all sunburned and wore out. But I wanted to film an outro for you guys. Thank you guys for making it to the end of the video. If you made it this far and you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.